Yo, what is good, YouTube, and welcome back to another JC2K video. In today's video, we're going to be ranking the top 5 best cards at each position here in NBA 2K24 My Team. But before we hop into the video, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Help me push towards the 16,000 subscriber mark on the channel. I upload every single day, tons of daily My Team content. Would really appreciate it if y'all do subscribe. Without further ado, let's hop right into it, starting off with the point guard position at the number 5 spot. Going to go with James Harden, elite 3 hunting guard. Offensively, maybe still the best point guard in the game. Super versatile offensive card. And defensively, he's not as bad as people think, but the lack of clamps hurts him on that end, and his lack of elite defense in general is really his biggest flaw, despite having half glove. He's got pretty good perimeter and good lateral quickness, but he's a great slasher, incredible shooter with an elite release, and great shot creation with very, very good sticks as well. Lot to like about Harden, just not the defensive end of the court, and that does hold him back a bit. Russ comes in at number 4 for me. Very, very good card. Little undersized, only 6'3", but statistically incredibly complete. He's insanely fast. He's an exceptional slasher. Has elite finishing, playmaking, and defensive badges. Pretty good shooting badges as well, including silver limitless range. A release that I think is decent, and overall, Russ is awesome. Number 3 is Cade Cunningham. Also really, really good. Cade is super versatile, moves really well, has a nice release, great size at 6'7", pretty good stats and badges. No speed booster, but it's not a huge deal defensively. It doesn't quite have the badges of Russ like we just looked at, but I still think the size helps him out a lot defensively, and I think he plays okay defensively, to be honest. At least has some sort of clamps, which can definitely be nice to have as compared to having none. And then he shoots the ball quite well. He finishes at a pretty high level at the rim. 6'7" PG, moves very, very well. I'm a big fan. Penny Hardaway also moves pretty well at the point guard position. Unfortunately, Penny's biggest flaw is that his release just is a little bit baited. It's never really been the fastest in my team, and this year's no different. Statistically, he's the best point guard in the game, probably at least for somebody his size, 6'7", 6'10", wingspan, 93 speed, 91 excel, 89 3 ball, 85 driving dunk, versatile defender, great all-around stats, badges. He's got half posterizer, he's got quick, so he's got speed booster on him, he's got good defensive badges. He's very complete, good shooter. Overall, great all-around card. It's just that, unfortunately, SGA gets every single badge, and SGA also has a better release than Penny and moves as well or better than Penny as well. SGA, very, very solid movement. Statistically, he's might actually be the worst point guard of this entire list out of all of these cards all the way around. But the ability to get every badge and also have an elite release is such a huge plus for this SGA that I do still think he is, generally speaking, the best point guard in NBA 2K24 My Team, and a very, very good option at the PG position, assuming that you grinded for him in Season 2. Shooting guard, number 5, would have to go to Nick Young, one of the best budget cards on all of My Team. Great shot creator, elite 3 hunter, very, very good movement with an elite level release. Unfortunately, defensively not insanely exceptional, holds him back from any higher than top 5, but his offensive prowess makes sure that he does at least crack it. Number 4 would have to be Paul George, 3-and-D, versatile, incredible defender. He was the best shooting guard in the game like 2 weeks ago, but that's how quickly things change. Still an exceptional card with a great release, who defends very well, good shot creator, super versatile, super good card. I just think some better cards have dropped, including Ron Artest at number 3, incredible defender, half 94 feet and half anchor. He's the first wing in the game shooting guard to have either of those badges, as far as I am aware, at least of the good cards. Shoots the ball quite well, Rudy Gay base, great speed, incredibly versatile, amazing statistical defender, great slasher as well. Playmaking badges are pretty good. He's even got silver speed booster. Obviously, like I said, the defensive stats and badges are absolutely next level, and he is a next level card, to be completely honest. I mean, defensively, he is insane. Speaking of next level elite defenders, Jimmy Butler, pretty similar. The thing that gives Jimmy an edge over a guy like Ron Artest is the fact that he can get every single badge. Just helps him be a little more upgraded, especially on the offensive end of the court. Statistically, they're quite similar. They're both elite defenders, but Jimmy's a little better as a shot creator, and with the ability to get every single badge, especially those shooting badges, that can definitely help him out a bit as well. Jimmy is awesome. It's the number 2 shooting guard in the game, but I don't think it's really that much of a debate who number 1 is. It's pretty distinctly Kobe Bryant. Obviously, nobody really has Kobe for another couple of weeks unless you got incredibly lucky and pulled him, but as a whole, Kobe is obviously the best shooting guard in the game right now, and stats and badges on that card really don't compare to anybody else to shooting guard position close at all. He is very noticeably elite, really across the board. Absolutely exceptional card. Very, very obvious number 1 spot at the shooting guard position. Small forward, number 5 would actually probably be Michael Beasley, simply because I love his release so much. Movement-wise, he's pretty good. He's very athletic, and he shoots the ball incredibly well with like a park player release. Terrence Mann base, Kobe upper, I believe. Very, very good card, though, and shoots the ball quite well. well. Really, really nice option at small forward position. My team offensively, I know defensively he's not great, but I can kind of overlook it, and he does play defense better than you would think. Another guy who kind of isn't a great defender is Rudy Gay, but also plays okay defense, has a very big player build, which will help you out. Great release, also a very solid slasher, maybe even a better release than Michael's in terms of just smooth off the catch and shoot, but Michael's might be a little faster, or B's, I should say, but overall as a whole, I think Rudy Gay, exceptional card. A little better defensive than Michael Beasley, a little more complete as a card. Probably deserves to be a little bit higher. Kevin Durant at number 3, specifically a badged out KD, is pretty obviously as well one of the best small forwards in the game. Still 6'10", very solid release, although I wouldn't say insane. Pretty darn good movement, incredible size, very good stats. Stats and badges help to complete this card, especially those badges, and KD is still one of the best small forwards in the game. Luol Deng at 2, love this card. Amazing release, moves pretty well, even has gold limitless range, defensively incredible. He's one of the few cards in the game right now that I would say is pretty close to being complete, even with any other badges added. I think Luol Deng is an absolutely phenomenal card, but number 1 at small forward position would have to be pretty distinctly LeBron James still. It's just, I mean, some people's LeBrons have 60 hops, but even the normal people have 15 to 20. I mean, Braun is insanely souped. He's got tons and tons of extra badges. People generally soup him to the gills, and this year is certainly no different. He's an incredible slasher. He's a very good, very capable outside shooter as well. If it isn't being respected, and he's certainly pretty distinctly the best small forward in the game. One of the best cards in the game still. Now back up power forward position. Gonna have to go with Bosch at the number 5 spot. I like the power forward position. Honestly, I think it's pretty deep, pretty good. If I could type B instead of N, that'd be really nice though. I'm really struggling to type right now. But the thing that is really nice about Chris Bosh is the ability to get every badge, but he's not incredibly fast at the power forward position. While he's got good size, it's not like insane, but he does stretch the floor very well offensively. Defensively, he's pretty good, and the ability to get every badge is certainly an added plus, whereas a guy like Siakam doesn't have every badge, but he comes with a lot more of the key ones complete on the base card. More athletic, can time and burst, can just do some other stuff that Bosch can't, so even though he's a bit smaller, I do think as a whole, he is probably the slightly better card. Chet is basically just a 7'1" Bosch with super low strength, but a slightly better release as well, I would say. I really like Chet's release, to be completely honest. I think as a whole, he's a really good card at the power forward position. Little undersized, but the lack of strength means that he's much more power forward than center, so I should say a little oversized. But number 2 is going to be KG. I just don't have him number 1. I have Giannis at 1. I don't think this one's a big surprise to people if y'all have watched my videos, but if y'all haven't, this one might be a surprise. I just think Giannis' ability to shot create puts him over KG. Neither of them are exceptional shooters, and yes, KG's a bit better, but they can both get every single badge, and I do think Giannis' ability to shot create gives him the edge over KG as an overall card. So especially a fully badged Giannis, I would definitely say that. Center position, final position of the video, starting off with a Wilt Chamberlain, Pro Pass Wilt, who unfortunately can't shoot the ball, which does hold him back. He would be a lot lower on this list, except for the fact that I'm not reusing players at previous positions, so guys like Bosch and Chet are off limits, which means Embiid gets the number 4 spot. Also a very good card. A tiny bit outdated, a bit slow, only 73 speed, but solid release. Just a pretty good versatile card, to be honest. I'm a fan of Joel Embiid. I think he's a pretty good card. Having another amazing year in real life, of course, and definitely was a center of the card that I was actually using a pretty good amount for a while. Kareem's at number 3. His biggest flaw is simply that he's just not that competent of a shooter. Only a 62 3-ball. Not a great release, although I wouldn't say it's bad. I think Kareem's actually quite good, though. I really think defensively he's amazing. He is enough of a shooter to keep defenses honest, especially if you know what you're doing, and that's about all he really needs to do. Incredibly impactful defensively as a rebounder, all that type of stuff. Top 2 would have to go with Keem at number 2. Gives you a little more floor spacing ability, a little more versatility, I feel like, than Kareem does. So that's an added plus for sure. Outside of that, they're pretty similar. Kareem has a slight side advantage, but as a whole, very similar. Number 1, though, pretty easily David Robinson. I just think with the combination of his release, his versatility, his defense, his ability to time burst as well, which none of these other bigs do have. Lot of positives about David Robinson that I really do think elevate him over pretty much every other single big in my team right now, which is why I have him as the number 1 center in my team, one of the best cards in my team. So that is going to do it for this video. I hope y'all did enjoy. If you did, make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. I'll be back with more 2K content very soon, and I appreciate y'all. Peace.